Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast. Joey Janela always goes in.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick-butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found, and of course, taped live at the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. It's the last day we'll be live before Christmas, of course. So we want to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing out there. Hopefully the next couple days are filled with joy and, I don't know, treasure or something like that. So, yeah. Well, that's, you wake up and you rip open a bunch of presents. That's like a treasure. Spending time with your family is like a treasure.
Okay, that's better.
For some people, hopefully. Anyways, so yeah, that's just my way of saying we're not going to be here tomorrow. We're not going to be on Twitch Friday night, but we will be dropping some content over the weekend. We got a SummerSlam 2005 review, a retro review. That was a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. Be sure to sub to the channel if you're not already. Yeah. And of course, we'll be back on Monday again. Next week, we'll have a Monday through Wednesday week again. And then it's going to be next weekend, the Friendo Awards and predictions for 2022. This is going to be a tough one because this year was, like a lot happened this year. Things can get even crazier maybe in the 2022.
Yeah,
so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah. So anyways, I guess we can get into it. We were sort of talking earlier in the pre-show about how it's funny because we knew it was going to happen. Kyle O'Reilly makes his debut in AEW. The Undisputed Era is in AEW.
Well,
the crowd was chanting.
The original version of the Undisputed Era, yeah.
The crowd was chanting Undisputed when they were all in the ring together. They were posing like we all figured.
They were trying so hard not to
do it. Oops. They were trying so hard not to do. I rarely use my middle finger. They were trying so hard.
Could have fooled me by how quickly
sign.
you put that thing up.
Right, I know. So yeah, it's crazy. We're talking about how crazy it is, given that we're doing our predictions. How crazy it would have been for me to have said back then, or for you to have said in December of 2020. In 2021, AEW is going to acquire everything great about NXT 1.0, which you'd be like, what's 1.0?
Yeah, exactly. Be like, it's just NXT.
About NXT, minus, of course, like their women's division. But like everything about the best years of NXT, we're talking Malachi Black, Andrade, the Undisputed Era, the original group, and of course, coming up probably soon, wouldn't shock me, maybe not, Johnny Gargano.
And Keith Lee, maybe.
Possibly Keith Lee. It's nuts. We knew it was going to happen. To actually watch it happen was something completely different. It really was surreal, pretty awesome, and something to behold. What's your take on it?
Yeah, no, I mean, starting with when Undisputed Era was kind of in their senioritis phase after Cole dropped the belt. Didn't really seem like they knew what to really do with them. They were kind of spinning their wheels for a bit. That's when Cole had the Pat McAfee feud, which, while fun, not as substantial as like a title thing, obviously. Then they broke up. Kyle started doing the cool Kyle thing. It didn't quite click. 2.0 came around. Cole left. Fish got released. It just felt like it was a rather underwhelming end to one of the great factions in recent pro wrestling history. Now they're kind of back together, save for Roderick Strong. He's still in NXT. You got Cool Kyle not Cool Kyle anymore. He cut his hair back to the same hairstyle he had when he first joined NXT. I don't think that's a coincidence. He's got a shirt that says Violent Artist on there. There was no Hot Topic tease. This is going back to intense, the intense Kyle O'Reilly that we saw before Undisputed Era broke up. Maybe if he gets a tag title, maybe we'll see some Eric Guitar too. But I think in the ring, it's all business. I think the kind of Cool Kyle joking around is the thing of the past for the foreseeable future. Maybe we'll get some cool backstage promos with the three of them where he'll talk some trash, be kind of witty. Bob Fish will throw in a line here and there. Adam Cole will do his thing. And here's the thing. I'm not wishing for like a Undisputed Era redux. I'm happy they're back together because there's interesting stories they could tell there. But I don't want them just to kind of pick up where Undisputed Era left off and have them continue. Do something new. You have an opportunity to take things to a different level. Do something different with it. Do that. First we're obviously going to get the story where Adam Cole is going to be pulled between, two pairs of friends. You got Kyle and Bob Fish over here. You got the Young Bucks over here. Which way is he going to go? And if AEW does anything really well, it's telling stories about interpersonal dynamics. So I'm interested to see where that goes. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, which keeps me interested. And there's the chance for some really good matches to happen in that feud, especially in a couple months if, as rumored, Kenny Omega is able to come back. You toss him in there, you got Undisputed Era, whatever they're going to call themselves, versus the Elite. That could be cool stuff. Or if Adam Cole sticks with the Young Bucks, Fish and O'Reilly can recruit somebody, maybe like a Johnny Gargano. That's a cool feud. There's a lot of possibilities for some cool stuff to happen here, and that's what excites me.
The thing about the Undisputed Era is that they just had really good chemistry. They went back a number of years, so I don't even know if it's a matter of are they going to do the same thing, because the same thing is just three guys who know each other really well, and they have really good chemistry. So I'm not worried about that. I don't need them to be somebody else or be somebody new. I just like them to be who they are because that's what got them there in the first place. Like you said, the more interesting dynamic is going to be obviously what they teased tonight, what we've been talking about this whole time. Adam Cole and Excalibur even explicitly said it. He's torn between two worlds, the world he's in now and the world that he was in before. And they're all a confluence of the world that he was in even before that. So it is going to be very interesting to see how that particular story plays out. You have another elite, so to speak, tag team in AEW now with Red Dragon, which is interesting.
Sorry, with who?
Redragon.
Thank you.
I want to clarify. Now we have to bring this joke back because it's been gone for so long. We call Red Dragon Redragon.
We have to Dragon again. That's what we have to do.
We have to Redragon.
Yes. Again.
So an amazing tag team joining yet all the other amazing tag teams in the company. But, the thing about Tony Khan is that he seems really interested in giving people what they want to see. He's got, and yes, I know it's missing Roderick Strong, and arguably their best period was with, I would say not arguably, but with Roderick Strong, but still the original core is there. And now we have an opportunity to go that dream matchup, the Undisputed Era versus the Elite, versus Kenny and the Bucks. That's amazing. That's the answer to every that became such a ridiculous answer. Hey, Stephen, hey, friendos, Pat here. Who do you want to see in AEW versus NXT if you had a dream match and can have Rawgate technology? But no, you can't say Kenny and the Bucks versus Undisputed Era because it's too obvious an answer. We're getting that now.
Yeah, I know.
That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy that we're going to get something like that, assuming Kenny is good to go within a reasonable time frame. Yeah. That seems pretty inevitable. And who knows what can happen until then. But yeah, it's like I said, it was surreal to see. It's awesome to understand that the type of wrestling that you, that me, that everybody in our Friendo Awards that voted overwhelming. Here's a little spoiler for you. Overwhelmingly, that All Out was show of the year. That what happened at All Out and the signings, the returns, the debuts was one of two of the biggest major stories of the year. He wants to give that fan base something. The NXT fan base that could you imagine a draft. This is basically what happened. Imagine a draft happened, and between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan, this is essentially what happened. And they said, okay, on the board right now, Braun Breaker, Von Wagner, Undisputed Era, Aleister Black. Vince, who do you want? Von Wagner.
Vince went for potential. He's looking for the future.
Yeah. He completely tore it down to rebuild. And what does he have to show for it? Really, honestly, just Braun Breaker. That's kind of all he has. And in the meantime, you've got the Undisputed Era, Malachi Black, Andrade, probably Gargano coming up. I mean, it's still insane to me. It's still nuts that he did that.
It's crazy that Vince tore down NXT because they weren't producing the talents that he wanted. Yet you look at, the list of champions over the last 5 years, dominated by people who were at NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm just really grateful that there is a wrestling promotion that understands there is an audience that really wants to see that type of wrestling, that's really interested in that stuff. And there's a place for that. I don't have to stay up until, no disrespect to our friendos in the UK who have to do this literally for every North American wrestling show. Yeah. But I don't have to stay up till 1 a.m. to watch like a New Japan show or assume Impact's going to do right by these guys. I'm so grateful that AEW is a thing where you can have NXT 1.0 reside, because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And then you and I have to figure out, how much longer we want to still cover NXT 2.0. But that's a conversation for.
Well, I mean, it's still worth covering because I much like watching a minor league baseball team, you see these players develop, and you hope that those players will go on to play for the team you root for and succeed. It's about wrestler development in NXT, and I think there's something to be said for that. And there's a certain amount of enjoyment that's there. Whether we do it at his own show is something else entirely, but there's something there.
Yeah,
there's something there. Another huge development tonight, and like the first two segments were probably the most impactful segments on the show in terms of things that happen, in terms of stories being told, within AEW, in terms of seismic shifts. So they announced that Page versus Danielson 2 was going to happen on Dynamite's TBS debut, and then in an interview following that announcement, Danielson said, hey, you squeaked by with the win, the 60-minute time limit draw. I'm not going to let that happen again. Let's get judges to judge the fight should it go to the time limit. And so one of two things. Is this a way to build anticipation again for a match, maybe go the distance, only for Page to end up winning at the very end? Or is this going to go the time limit draw again? Danielson's going to have the refs in his pocket, the judges in his pocket, and he's going to win by judge decision. You have the rematch. I know it's only 2 days later at Battle of the Belts, and Page gets it back.
It's an interesting question because Battle of the Belts is 2 days later. I would say no to that just because a 2-day Danielson title run seems cheap.
3 days later. 3 days later.
I think 3 days. I think my personal opinion is that the judges are I guess what you call it, a red herring. Mm-hmm. They're there to make us think it's going to go the limit again, but this match is going to be used to get Hangman a decisive win over Bryan Danielson. But Bryan Danielson still looks pretty damn good because he took him to the limit. He took him to 60 minutes. That's my personal opinion. Who do you think the judges are going to be? Like, is it going to be in-house? Is it going to be like Mark Henry, Taz?
It could be, but Page had some line about
let's bring in some old timers and give them a payday.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Mike Bullard.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be. Vince Senior. I mean, I'm just resurrecting people.
Yeah, no,
now.
you're talking about people from the wrestler.
Deceased. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and dead people.
If they could bring in Bret Hart.
Brett. Oh, that'd be well. They got the Owen thing. Brett's got to be pretty happy about the Owen thing. They did a lovely tribute tonight.
They did
that package was
really
wonderful.
a really nice tribute to Owen.
Mr. Scissors Shane. That'd be amazing. That'd be great. Malenko's a great one.
Oh,
Malenko's a good shout.
That'd be great. Jerry Lynn.
Mick Foley. Tony Khan. Tony Khan should be a judge. Mickey Rourke. So you guys are killing me. There's some great names in here.
Wow.
Mickey Rourke is great. Triple H. Oh, that's great. Mickey Rourke is a great name.
Yeah.
I just watched that movie again like 2 weeks ago.
What a swell movie that is.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's good.
It's so fun.
It's a good movie. The main event was a lot of fun. We got our first finalist in the TBS tournament. Ruby Soho defeated Nyla Rose tonight in a really good match.
Like a second rope. What did she call it? No future.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was an awesome match.
That was a fun match. Yeah. And then of course nothing was more fun though than the main event, which oh my god, the entrances alone featured Sting in full CM Punk branding. He had the shirt on, and then he had like Sting makeup, like Sting eye makeup. That was like Chicago colors, Punk colors.
But it had the logo from his shirt on his forehead.
Had the logo, and it was like perfectly done.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. He looked like he could be in Kiss.
Yeah.
The face
and then
paint.
Phil comes out, and he's got he's basically Surfer Sting.
Yeah, he's got Sting pants, Surfer Sting makeup, and then Darby comes out with Sting makeup, but it was pink and white, pink and black instead of white and black.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder if he felt self-conscious because Sting and CM Punk went the extra mile. Like, how great would it have been if Darby came out in like the red, white, and blue face paint?
Oh,
because he already has the blonde hair. He always has the bleach. He already has the bleach blonde hair.
Just get a flat top for one night only.
Right,
Darby.
One night, have some fun. But and then there was a scary moment during that match when MJF almost landed on his damn head. Thankfully, he seems to be okay.
Yeah, he went back up to commentary after the match to talk some crap about Phil. So.
Yeah. But no, all in all, it was a blast. Tonight's episode of Dynamite was fun.
It was a fun
really
show.
fun.
It was a fun show. Let's take a quick break here to get a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Several years ago, while dealing with severe anxiety, I learned the importance of talking to a therapist, but I also learned that it can be extremely difficult to find the right person to talk to. Today, BetterHelp is providing a safe and private online environment where your needs will be assessed and you'll be matched with your own licensed personal therapist.
BetterHelp isn't a crisis line, nor is it self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online, all without having to ever sit in another uncomfortable waiting room.
BetterHelp is dedicated to facilitating great therapeutic matches. Send your counselor messages at any time or schedule regular phone or video sessions. They've made it free and easy to change therapists if needed.
And you don't have to limit yourself to counselors in your area. BetterHelp services are available worldwide, so you can find the expertise you need regardless of location.
We want you to start living a happier life today. As a Going In Raw listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/raw. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health.
Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw.
Before we get back to the show, let's get a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. So, Steve,
Yes.
holidays are here. Hooray!
Woo!
Hooray! And I hope you got all the people in your life the gifts they wanted from Santa's sack.
Yeah, man. And if you want to make sure that all the men in your life are taking care of their sack, then make sure you give them the gift of Manscaped, the leader in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their top-selling Performance Package 4.0 has what a guy needs to keep their package operating at peak performance.
Yeah, it includes Manscaped's Lawn Mower Body Trimmer, the best trimmer for balls, butt, body, and the Weed Whacker Ear and Nose Hair Trimmer, both fantastic products. But let's not forget about Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball Toner, both of which help keep your undercarriage fresh and clean.
And if you order a performance package right now, you'll get 2 free gifts, a great pair of Manscaped boxers and the Shed travel bag. Manscaped also offers shampoo, cologne, body wash, even ball wipes. Make sure you don't ring in the new year with stinky sleigh bells.
Whether you're shopping for your partner, dad, brother, or friendo, get them a gift they'll actually use. And right now, you can get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with code RAW.
Again, get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code RAW. Be the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped. It started with, and I took my own notes, so I'll handle the Hangman, since you handled the Ciampa all the promo stuff today. You can sit back. There you go. Hit the cruise control button, why don't you? And I'll go on turbo boost. But before the Hangman stuff, we had Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy. Of course, it starts off with Orange Cassidy trying to stick Adam Cole's hands in his pants. I like Tony Schiavone mid-match bringing up that Adam Cole's hair looks greasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Taz was the one coming to his defense. What are you talking about? He's like one of the handsomest guys we got on roster.
Yeah. Tony was really laying on thick with Adam Cole tonight.
He was. It was good. So mid-match, Super Elite comes out. Orange Cassidy jumps on Cutler. The best friends come out to help out. Orange Cassidy does a suicide dive on the rest of the Super Elite. They all fight to the back. Well, I guess just the Elite at this point. They all fight to the back. Let's see here. Cole sends Orange Cassidy into the ring steps. Cole accidentally knees the steps as Orange Cassidy moves out of the way when he attacks. Eventually, Cole hits a Panama Sunrise for 2. Covers, puts his hands in his pants when he does, but he only gets 2. Orange Cassidy is Adam Cole has him set him up for a boom. Orange Cassidy drops down to avoid it, hits a beach break. That gets him 2. Cole dips out when Orange Cassidy loads up an orange punch right after that. Bob Fish comes out, distracts the ref, and sure enough, they got a nice tight medium close-up on Orange Cassidy. As the crowd starts going nuts for somebody showing up, Kyle O'Reilly raises into the frame, attacks Orange Cassidy, and then Adam Cole delivers a boom for 3. The crowd starts chanting Undisputed Era. There's some jawing between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, which I like because the last time we saw them together, they were in a blood feud. So I wonder if there's going to be at least a passing reference to, hey, we're good now. We talked, even Kyle O'Reilly saying, yeah, we had a long talk on the phone.
Yeah. Something.
we figured it all out.
We went to Hot Topic
and then,
together.
So the best friends come out to attack or just to get their dude. Bobby Fish helps out. Red Dragon hit their fin, the total elimination on Chuck. I
think it was Chuck. It was Chuck.
And then the Young Bucks come down while the Undisputed Era are standing there trying
not to do this.
They're
standing side by side, just like they did after they beat down Drew.
Yeah, there it is.
When they debuted, standing side by side, and they so just want to do that.
Yeah.
And they don't.
It's like the Will Ferrell. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands. And then the Young Bucks come down. And this was I like this. It was just perfectly awkward because like they're maintaining their pose. The Young Bucks sort of mill about behind them, and Adam Cole's like,
and he takes like a half step back from Fish and O'Reilly, and it's kind of just like this the whole time.
We're all you remember, right? Ring of Honor,
all friends, right? Yeah, we were friends, right? Were we?
Were we? I don't know. I don't remember that far back. Oh man. Anyways, Cole's like, ugh. After that, it was announced that Hangman and Bryan are going to have their rematch at the Day One TBS show. The first night of TBS action.
Way of putting it.
Which is interesting because Battle of the Belt, you think, it could be a Battle of the Belts. But no, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe they'll just run it back 3 days later.
Maybe. I mean, it'd be really rough after going an hour, potentially. Physical wrestling 3 days later, have another match,
How about this? 3 judges. One guy goes Danielson. One guy goes Page. One guy goes Draw.
There you go. And one guy goes Shrug.
Oh.
They get Yano in there as the third judge. He just shrugs.
Yeah, no, it's Steve, and I was like, I didn't take any notes. I don't know who won. I was on my phone. I was looking at Cody's back on Instagram. Oh man. So, like I said, I'll handle this. So Tony's in the ring. He puts over the Bryan match with Hangman, the time limit draw. Says, you were so close, Hangman. Hangman's in there with him. Hangman gets on the mic. He says, hey, after 60 minutes, I was handed back this title. 60 minutes of blood, sweat, blah, blah, blah. He says, as we went to commercial, I looked back at this title, and I thought it was funny that in my 3 years, I've never felt like less of a champion. So the only feeling I had last week is disappointment.
And then Brian comes in, it's like, wait.
He says, entitled Millennial Cowboy still has the AEW title, and he's disappointed. Aw, poor Cowboy. Let's show all the people his emotions about how disappointed you are. The fans should be disappointed because I kicked your ass for 60 minutes, and if anybody should be champion, it should be me. But I'm not going to cry about my feelings or tell everyone how sad I am. We have a rematch, and I'm going to kick your ass again. You managed to survive 60 minutes only because I hurt my leg against John Silver the week before. Otherwise, I would have destroyed you. Of course, crowd's booing him. He says, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm not going to wrestle next week. I'm not going to wrestle the week after that. I'm not going to wrestle until January 5th. But there's another problem. Because if Hangman goes out there again and stalls for 60 minutes again, we end up in the same position now with the rightful champion standing here empty-handed and that piece of cowboy shit with the title. But I didn't come out here to complain. I have a solution. January 5th, we have judges. So if you decide to stall out again, everyone will know that the true champion is Bryan Danielson. Crowd's booing. He says, certainly all you idiots should know I won last week. Hangman says, well, that's very creative. He says, this week I was thinking of a bunch of matches, a ladder match, Inferno match. I know you popped for that.
Oh, huge.
Iron Man match. He says, because what you did is something nobody else did. You took me past 30. You took me past 60. You held me to the limit. You took me out to the water. You held me in the deep end. But in the final seconds, I swam. And if I just had a couple seconds more, I would have drowned you. But if you want judges, let's get some old timers some paydays here because they won't earn it. I've come way too far for this. I've spilled far. He says, pay them in advance because they're not going to have to earn it. I've come way too far for this. I've spilled too much blood for this to have some old prick tell me I'm not a champion, that I'm a B-plus player. That's horse shit. So if the question is, can Adam Page beat Danielson in 2 weeks? The answer will be yes. He didn't do this, but he made it clear, B-plus player, the yes.
Yeah, the B-plus player reference was nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was solid back and forth. But Danielson's so damn good. But I feel like this is just gonna solidify Hangman even more. Danielson, he'll get his title run. It's just not gonna be now. I don't know. What do you think? Like confidence points wise or channel points wise? Danielson wins via decision.
Oh, I wouldn't put a lot on that.
Yeah.
No, unless the action was really good, I probably wouldn't even bet on it.
Yeah.
Next, we got MJF in the Pinnacle backstage. He thanks Spears for being a good accountability, and he was complaining about Wardlow not being there last week after his match. To protect him, instead, he was going off get the champagne. That's what MJF told him to do. But MJF says that's something you should have done anyways. But he's like, don't I pay you a lot to protect me? And Wardlow goes, yeah. And MJF's like, okay, we're heading the wrong direction here. This is all your fault. Punk said the three of us aren't a team, we're a family. But Punk doesn't know anything about that because he's a loner. He says you won't be able to coexist with Sting and Darby. He says Punk made the save last week for himself because everything is always about him, and that's the facts. Here's some more facts. Punk's ring skills are rusty. The nice guy face, I think he says it's about as crusty as Sting's face paint or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
And then Dax says that they're the three kings of pro wrestling. They're a family, the best unit in the world. And when you're Pinnacle, you're always on top. We haven't heard their catchphrase in a number of weeks.
I like that catchphrase. I think it's nice. After that, Wardlow murders a man. Sean Dean is the name, in the middle of the ring. Just literally public execution murders him. Like 4 power bombs, or was it
4?
5?
I think Wardlow might have hit a punch before the power bombs, but that was
God damn
4 power bombs.
And even what's his face? Spears was down there saying you should do 10. After that, we had a great little Christmas package for Cody versus Sammy
for the Christmas,
and they had like some really jolly Christmas music, which was just a really odd counterpoint, contrapuntal, if you will, to Sammy saying,
"Good musical term."
Cody, your time is in the past. I'm the future. I'm now.
They try to make it sound very festive, though.
Yeah, but he was like all the promo bits appropriately we're all very sinister,
intense.
And then he got this. Dun, 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 dun,
But the thing is, it wasn't like a known Christmas song. It just kind of sounded generally like Christmas, you know?
Yeah, I feel like this is just like some
the sleigh bells ringing, the kind of bouncy melody and rhythm.
Yeah.
But it didn't sound like any specific Christmas songs that I'm aware of. But then next, we all got some coal in our stockings because Dan Lambert showed up.
Yeah, my note here, if you follow me on Twitter, is Dan Lambert talks. Larson can deal with this shit.
So he comes out, or they're up in the second deck in one of the boxes. He starts quoting Shakespeare. He's like, I don't expect you fans to understand. He talks about running the largest, most successful MMA gym on the planet. And because like the quote he gave from Shakespeare, I don't remember what it was, about being a king. So he's trying to put out his bona fides as a leader. He says people advance at America Top Team. He keeps even playing field there. So if people succeed, it's based on excellence rather than the buddy system, which he says Tony Khan employs. He talks about Scorpio Sky being the first tag champ, only man in the history of the company to pin Chris Jericho twice. He says Ethan Page has wrestled better and dressed better than anyone. Yet they'll be watching the TNT title match at home while Cody gets yet another title shot. Then he complains about how Tony Khan has treated him and says Tony wants Dan to get the fans to cheer for Cody. And he says, how can I do that when Cody is a bigger dick than I am? Mm-hmm. But at the end, he says, I don't care who stands tall after the TNT title match. One of my guys is next in line.
You know, R. Lopez Ortiz here in chat says this is probably the least bothersome Lambert segment. And that's true. I think this was because it was relatively short. And I actually kind of appreciate the content of it. He still delivers in that screamy old man voice that it just makes it, you can't get through to it. I really wish that they would transition Lambert from an in-arena guy to video promos, because then he doesn't have to scream.
Yeah.
You can mic him and he could just talk normal.
Well,
and
there'll be
even
ebb and
maybe
flow. There can be
maybe go understated when you need to and be able to punctuate certain things, and it'll be much more effective.
Yeah.
And in during his time in Impact, he had both. He had promos, but also he did a lot of backstage stuff, and I think that was one reason why he was more palatable. But yeah, this was probably one of the better Dan Lambert ones, but it's still not saying much because it's still him just being sort of screamy on the mic, and I wish that they would approach him a different
dial it
way.
back a little bit.
Yeah. I still think that the guy has stuff to offer, but they really need to figure out how to approach it.
Yeah. That's definitely true because I think he does have something to offer. Then we got Britt Baker's Christmas party. So it's her, it's Rebel, it's Jamie Hayter, it's Tony Schiavone.
Tony's like the worst guest. He just talks shit the whole time at these Christmas parties.
I know, at these holiday events. So Britt wishes us all a Merry Christmas. And Tony just wants to talk about her match against Riho. Says, you've never beaten her. And Britt says, well, I'm the champ. Plus, I have Jamie Hayter by my side. And then Tony brings up, well, Riho just beat you recently on Rampage, I believe it was. And Britt says, well, if you want to bring up the past, let's talk 2021, era of DMD. I built my own throne. I built this division from the ground up. I am a pillar of this company. And you think Riho is just going to come in and beat me? No, she's not my league. And then she quotes Christmas Story. She'll shoot her eye out, kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're going to have 24 hours of Christmas Story.
Yeah, on Friday.
You shoot your eye out, kid.
You should watch it finally, Steve. You haven't watched it in all one sitting, have you?
I've seen it all to the degree that I want to see it. I don't know. It's a fine movie. It's a fine, it's a classic. It's definitely a Christmas classic. But like I'd rather watch Narcos. I'm still behind on that. I'm sure there's a Christmas episode of Narcos I haven't watched yet. What I'm watching, I still need to finish Dark.
Yes, you do.
And Lacey and I picked up the Terror from the beginning again, which is a terrific show.
Yeah.
It's really lovely. I mean, it's fucked up, but it's really good.
Yeah.
After that, really awesome Owen Hart tournament video. Some promotions in, I guess it was New Japan.
Yeah, they got some footage from New Japan,
some footage, which was nice. I kind of feel like they should have either hired our friends over at Dark Side of the Ring to shoot some reenactment stuff, or you build Owen in the new AEW video game, and you just show footage of that, like him versus Brett. In that, you just make like a fake, Combat Mania. It looks like WrestleMania 10. What is just like fake?
Combat Mania.
Yeah.
Mania.
What's another word for wrestle? Grapple Mania. There you go.
Well, I don't think you could use Mania either, like Wrestle-a-thon or something like that.
Oh, you can use, as long as you put something different in front of it, you can use Mania. Combat Maniacs. Anyways, it was nice. I had Mark Henry, Adam Cole. Very sincere Adam Cole. It was awesome.
Yeah, Matt Hardy.
Yes, Matt Hardy. He had a Jack Bauer shirt on.
He did.
I like that you point that out. He said, why is he wearing a Jack Bauer shirt?
Yeah,
he's a fan of 24,
well, I mean, like
man.
Adam Cole had his merch shirt on. You know, like Sean Spears is in it. I think he had his usual outfit on.
Yeah.
Mark Henry was in there. You know, he was dressed in his usual kind of business casual stuff.
Business casual,
yeah. And I was like, Matt Hardy has merch shirts. Was the surprise?
He doesn't need that shit. That dude he's got so much
money.
Oh,
it's not about. I mean, I understand that, but I don't know. I just thought it was. This is a little detail I noticed. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's it.
Yeah. I think it is lame when band members wear their own merch.
I know.
I wish them to be.
He does tweet
deleted.
about Dexter a lot. Matt Hardy does. The show Dexter.
So we know he likes Dexter and 24. He likes a strong male protagonist who takes action in their own hands. Whether they're hunting terrorists or, serially killing people. I don't know. Anyways, we had Nyla Rose versus her, because I think that was Dexter's thing.
Yeah.
He used to. I only watched a couple episodes. He would kill people who deserved to be killed, in
Something
his
like
opinion.
that. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, is he a Zondo says Sopranos. He likes Sopranos too?
Oh, maybe.
Right on. Yeah. Anyways. Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho. This is a semifinal matchup for the Tibbus, the That Bitch Show title, which is totally going to be going to Jade Cargill because she already named the title herself.
Yep.
Nyla dominated a lot of this. Ruby was able to kick a chair into her face, though, down on the floor when Nyla got a chair. As she was recovering, Vicky pushed Ruby off the top turnbuckle. Nyla got a knee drop on the repaired shoulder of Ruby Soho. Worked that a little bit. Ruby was able to get a dragon sleeper on. Nyla waves over Vicky to come over. Ruby goes over, kicks her in the head. Nyla hits a beast bomb. Only gets two. Ruby kicks out of the beast bomb.
Yeah.
And then hits a no future, kind of stepping up from the second rope, I think.
Was great.
Which was rad for 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's going to be a sick matchup.
It is. It was a really strong showing for Nyla, and the fact that she worked over Ruby's surgically repaired shoulder. I think Excalibur mentioned that she had surgery on that shoulder twice. There's your story heading into the final against Jade Cargill.
Yep. It's going to be good stuff.
Yep.
After that, we had Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida video package. They're going to go back at it again, I guess. That's cool.
Seems that way. And Deeb did not seem satisfied with how that last match went. Not at all. Not at all. After that, we had Malachi Black versus Griff Garrison. Griff, bell rings. He just sprints towards Malachi and just gets kicked right in the head. Right in the head.
Remember Punk did that in his first UFC match.
Yeah.
He sprinted at the guy and just ate it.
Yep. This is a lot of fun, though. Griff got some of his shit in. He hit a huge suicide dive. He pretty much overshot almost Malachi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he landed he was sort of shot towards his head.
Yeah.
Because, that's when Malachi goes outside to confront Pillman.
Yeah.
So Black towards the finish here. He gets, Griff gets gets some shit in back on the inside. Black's able to take over pretty quickly, though. He sort of he picks him up with his foot. He sort of fakes a black mass. Instead, he just grabs his knee and rips it the fuck off. Griff starts tapping. And then Dipshit comes in and Black nails Pillman with a black mass for his troubles, and he just landed flush on the cheek. It was amazing.
It was great. The Malachi, the whole match was working Griff's leg with a bunch of leg kicks. It was was it Aldo versus Uriah Faber?
Yes.
Where Faber had a huge welt growing on his leg.
Oh, man.
It was kind of like that.
So much more leg was growing right there.
Yeah, it was. He put him in a heel hook earlier on. Bunch of leg kicks. So as soon as he puts on that half crab, Griff has to tap. We have a Matt Hardy promo next. He was talking about Jurassic Express. Adorable moment, as he put it, with the Lucha Brothers last week, handing the tag titles. Says, they may be number 1 contenders for the tag titles, but I want Private Party in that spot. So Isaiah Cassidy, who has a match against Jungle Boy on Rampage, I believe, is going to go out there and pound his ass and injure him.
Yeah.
And Jungle Boy responds and says, it's not going to happen. I'm going to shove a piece of coal up Isaiah Cassidy's ass. And then Christian pipes in, says, Private Party, they're not going to win. But Hardy, you should get your guys something nice. Our new T-shirt. And it's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Christian is like sitting by a fireside.
It's nice.
For the
Very
Christmas.
Nice. Very lovely. They did it for the Christmas. After that, we had it's time for the main event. It was Surfer Punk Sting, Pink Darby versus MJF and Pinnacle. I did appreciate that MJF had Pinnacle branded, or they all
had matching gear, yeah.
And FTR. They all had matching gear. Yeah, it was great. Looked awesome.
It looked great.
I think MJF had his MJF in FTR. That
lettering
retro,
and font. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep, they all the same
Really
shade
cool.
of yellow, everything. It was great.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
This match was tons of fun. We talked at the beginning, every member of Team
This was long,
Sting, Punk.
too.
Yeah, they gave about a half hour from
Had
entrances.
2 commercial breaks. Yeah.
All the various face paint on Sting and Darby and Punk was great. The matching gear with FTR and MJF was fantastic.
I did love that Sting was learning that, like, when you have, because he went deep with because it's like white face paint right here, right? And he went thick
Punk,
with it.
yeah.
And so, like, towards the first 10 minutes or so, he's like blinking his eyes, like, oh, this shit's just getting all in.
So I was wondering if it's a combination of two things or one or the other. So probably getting in the eyes, but also having that white face paint around your eyes with the lights blaring down at you. That's glare.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
hold on a second. Hey, why don't you start talking about this?
Sure. So this match was tons of fun. Early on, Sting. Of course, MJF would get in the ring with Punk and run away from him. Like, they start the match, they circle each other a little bit. MJF tags out, and this was great. I don't know why this made me laugh so hard when Tony Schiavone called MJF a spineless piece of shit. I don't know why.
That was great.
It was fantastic.
I like when Tony was talking about having been in the building back in 1985, and Taz just says, "Hey, nobody gives a shit you were here."
Yeah, it was shortly after that too.
Tony just laughed, like he just sort of chuckled and kept it to himself, but you could tell that he was laughing about it.
Yeah. Later on, Sting tags in CM Punk while MJF is in the ring, and MJF flees through the crowd. Punk gets chased. They run up into the concourse. They run, 3 sections, run back down the stairs, run back into the ring. On his way back into the ring, MJF tags in Dax, runs right back out of the ring. We had this great moment where MJF and FTR are staring down Punk and Sting, and you see this really well-framed shot. Because you see Darby in the background kind of sizing up FTR, making sure they're in position, and he obliterates them with a suicide dive.
I was very happy I did not see Darby size them up, because from my vantage point, I was just watching like Pinnacle and FTR and MJF, and then out of nowhere, Darby Allin just flies at them.
You watch the background.
It was great.
He's back by the back rope and is watching, see if they're in position. All right, and he just goes for it. It's great.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrific. Let's see here.
There's just a lot. It's one of those matches. There's so much going on. The main story is MJF 1-0 to CM Punk.
Right, exactly. So at a certain point, he was sort of, I think, he just left the match, and commentary was like, where did he go? So they do something happens at the timekeeper's table. Turns out it was Darby taking MJF out at the timekeeper's table. TV missed it. They did a replay a little bit later.
After the match,
FTR ends up hitting a big rig on Punk. Sting is able to break up the pin. MJF finally comes in after missing like 10 minutes. Hits a DDT on Sting. Sting no-sells it. MJF tries to leave. He gets one leg over the middle rope. Sting yanks the rope, and MJF says, "Ah, my dick!" Which was, actually, you can say that on TNT. He says, "Ow, my cock!" And then MJF
does it.
And then at a certain point, Sting, I think like Sting launches MJF or something.
Yeah,
he
goes does.
Flying out. And basically landed on his head. He was able to brace himself a little bit, but oh boy, that was ugly.
And then Cash and Dax went over to check on him right away. Then Sting gets up on the top rope, hits a crossbody off the top onto MJF and FTR. Sting puts MJF back in the ring, tags in Punk. Punk's calling for the GTS. He's ready to do it. Dax pushes MJF out of the ring. He's the one that eats a GTS, then a Scorpion Death Drop, then a Coffin Drop. Punk covers him to get the win.
Yep.
And while they're celebrating, MJF runs up the commentary and just starts talking trash about Punk, about how Punk kept running away from him, so on and so forth.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
And,
Fun main event.
That's your AEW. Let's take some questions. I have a thread up here on the Patreon. If you're interested in the show, ad-free, we've got that. We've got you covered. Go to patreon.com/Stephen Larson, $5 a month, and you get the show ad-free. You get 2 bonus episodes every single week, besides the next 2 weeks on Thursdays. You get 1.
Starting in the new year, you can for sure.
Starting the new year, absolutely. All right, let's take a look here. I got my AEW QA thread.
Oh, sorry, we missed it. A rage from the Bald Monkeys.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you so much.
Thank you very much. That's so nice of you.
Apologies for missing that.
Let's see here. We sort of talked about this already. Yellow Flash says, how would you book an Undisputed Era versus Elite match? You'd get like a Roderick Strong lookalike to come in and give the Undisputed Era the edge. You just call some guy, like you bring up some dude from developmental, from like Darker Elevation, and you rename him Robert Strong. You know, get somebody who kind of looks like Roderick Strong and be like, oh, it's the brother of an old friend of theirs.
Robert Strong. Interesting. Kyle, how must Triple H be feeling after seeing his most beloved NXT faction join AEW?
I would like to think that he was happy for him. Because here's the thing. They're going to be used the way probably Triple H would prefer them to be used. Like, it has to burn that he set all this up and knew that this kind of thing would be the future of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's got to be, I would just hope, creatively speaking, there would be some sort of, because he loves he's probably close with all these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
and he knows better than anybody that it's a business.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole said recently he still talks to Shawn Michaels, so I would not be surprised if he maybe still communicates with Triple H. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't shock me at all. It wouldn't shock my system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did it.
Like, yeah, I'm sure he's happy for them, but there's still got to be a sense of disappointment. He understands his business. He probably can't take it too personally, but at a certain point, it'd be hard not to,
Oh, absolutely. 100%. But he's got to know, like, it probably breaks his heart because he's not the guy that got to, like, really see it through. I mean, he can't feel too bad about it because it wasn't, he did everything he could do.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't allowed to get them to the biggest stage, which, is still WWE. And I'm sure that probably stings him a little bit. But, they're in a pissant company now, and I'm sure he feels just fine about that.
Yeah.
Soken Rose asks, does Sammy devalue the prestige of the TNT title? Come this Christmas, that won't be a problem anymore because the prestige is going to go back up when my boy Cody gets it back.
I don't know if Sammy himself does. I just don't think they've treated the belt as important. The belt doesn't seem as important, partially based on how they booked his reign.
Yeah.
That's part of it. And he's not the imposing presence that Miro is. And a huge part of Miro's story is having that title. It makes the belt feel more important.
Yeah, when the belt is like when the belt is proxy for God himself, themself.
Anything is pretty much a massive step down.
Right. Exactly. And Miro really made that belt feel like it was, a godsend.
Yep.
So, yeah. But no, I mean, everybody else before that had it, like Cody, only had that title because it was proxy for the AEW World title.
Yeah.
Brody took it as proxy for the AEW World title as well because he took it off Cody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean as much, largely because of what they have done with Sammy, which just hasn't been anything.
No, it's been anything terribly interesting, though. Hurricane, pick your 3 judges for the rematch, but they have to be TV movie judges. Merry Christmas, Friendos.
TV what?
TV or movie judges.
Oh,
so
movie
give me
judge.
Harry Anderson
judges.
from Night Court.
Oh, good.
TV or movie judges.
What was the judges? No. Never mind.
Oh, Judge Dredd. Interesting.
Oh, damn it. That's a good answer. Judge Reinhold from his fake TV show on Arrested Development, The Court of Reinhold.
That's good. That's good. Good. With Bob Loblaw.
Yeah, Bob
And Bob Loblaw's Loblog.
Yeah. So yeah, and then one more judge. Oh my gosh, why am I having such a hard time figuring this one out? I don't want to go to chat because I know they're gonna have a bunch of clever answers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking above. Fucking
People mention Mike Judge.
Mike Judge. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Uncle Phil. Judge Philip Banks. He was a judge from Fresh
yes,
Prince.
he was. That's right. That's right. Forgot about that. Philip Banks. Well, didn't you used to watch The People's Court when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
With Wapner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. And
I used to watch it again. What's her name? The judge that's on there now.
Judy.
No. What's her name? It's gonna Million. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I used to watch it. I used to watch it.
I don't watch some. Maybe I'll watch some daytime TV tomorrow.
There you go. The world is your oyster, Steve.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see here. We've sort of done that one before.
Bear Winning says, I want to manifest this. Redragon betrays Cole, joins up with Danielson and Garcia, and they just run roughshod on AEW roster. I need this to happen.
I'm fine with that after like a year of Undisputed Era versus matches, because I feel like they're there. I think the thing about Tony Khan is that he seems to be in a position where he never wants anybody to say, you had this person and this person in the company at the same time and they never fought. Mm-hmm. I think he wants to avoid that as much as possible. I mean, he's got Sting and CM Punk in matches together. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Xavier Gray of Jade Cargill. I'm going to amend that. When Jade Cargill wins the TBS tournament, who do you want to see her have her first defense against?
Did we ever get Jade versus Nyla Rose?
I don't think so.
All right, then that match.
Okay, that's good.
I want to see that match.
I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to say another person who could bring Jade to like a terrific match, Deonna Purrazzo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Wolfpack for life. Who would fit the Roderick Strong role in Undisputed Era in AEW? His brother, Robert Strong.
Robbie Strong instead of Robbie.
Robbie Strong. That's good. Who's in there? Who's on AEW Dark and Elevation now?
A lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody there. I'm gonna take a look. Let's see. Do I know? Let's see here. AEW Elevation. I didn't see that this week.
Gotcha.
I watched Dark this week. I didn't watch. Here we go. 6 matches.
Adam Beveridge says turn Jake Hager back to Jake Strong. His name in Lucha Underground.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And then call his first name Robbie.
Yeah, instead of Jake.
And then you're there.
Hunter V with sub. Thank you so much.
Oh, I did see this. I didn't see Dark. Let's see if I can watch Dark. Dark. Here we go. 13 matches. Oh my God, an hour 15 minutes.
Wow. Joe Juarez asks, so where does Surfer Punk rank among the Punk variants? This is just an AEW, let's say. So we've had Pants Punk, Surfer Punk, Tights Punk, and Shorts Punk. What's the power rank of those 4 punks?
Oh man. I would go. I mean, Prime Punk is still Trunks Punk to me. That's still Prime. I'd go with this version next because you have the power of the Stinger, plus you've got CM Punk. So it's like the only detriment there is the face paint getting in his eyes. Or Glaring.
The glare.
The
But the
glare.
glare could be corrected if you do it again. Just don't do the lighter color around the eyes.
I wonder what other options he thought about. Did he think about all the options?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who is Eddie Kingston fighting here? Who is this guy? That's not right. Who is that guy? Oops. Sorry, everybody. Luckily, Larson's recording this, so he
Yeah,
wouldn't
so I
pick
didn't
that
get any
up.
audio.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy is. Looks like he's in his 50s. Willow's on this match. That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that GIF with that terrific pounce of
yeah, that was a great pounce. That was
amazing. They need to sign her up, man.
That'd be pretty awesome. Jay Parsons, do you think AEW will ever do any documentaries covering big moments like WB 24 or 365?
They should.
I think if they had a streaming outlet, they definitely would.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have like the production arm because like all the video packages they do are terrific.
Oh wow, Wizard of Smoke says since it's Undisputed versus Best Friends, Wheeler Yuta would make a good Roddy.
Oh, that's good.
Wheeler Yuta.
Oh yeah,
turned
yeah,
heel.
and he turns on him. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good. Still just trying to find somebody who even vaguely looks like Roderick Strong. Coming up empty here. One of the bear dudes. How about that? Luther. Luther should be Robbie Strong. Idiots. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Hey, everybody, I hope you have a really terrific holiday, Christmas,
Yes.
whatever you do.
Yes.
Make it a good one. Enjoy your family. If you don't have any family, watch some daytime TV.
There you go.
The judges could be your new family.
Watch the Buzzer channel on what's it
great.
called?
Yeah, Buzzer.
No,
Pluto.
Pluto. That's what I'm
Pluto.
thinking of. Pluto.
I once had a Thanksgiving in LA. I didn't go because I didn't want to bother driving up to Sacramento. I think I had work or something. I just had McDonald's and I was by myself. And I'll be honest, probably the best Thanksgiving I ever had. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.